Hello everybody, hi guys. Oh my god, it's 11:11 by the way. I just realized this is one of my favorite hours because it makes me feel very comfortable when I look at the clock and it's 11:11 because it's like a little wink wink from the universe to say, hiya, you are doing really well. So, right, I just wanted to talk to you quickly about something that is not really pleasurable, pleasant to feel, but it's so necessary, right? And a lot of people, and I was one of them, are missing out a lot because they don't get through this in a proper, accepting way. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to sit down somewhere. Yeah, it's to do. Today's topic is to do with growing pains. Okay, what's up with my hair? Sorry. Growing pains. Okay. When you have a child, you probably know that they're just going to little. Well, they'll be complaining about some pains in their bones every now and again when they're growing, especially at the age of I don't know, between 5 and 12, I suppose, because they feel like they are growing. They're growing out of their structure. They're growing out of the structure that they had, and they are growing into a bigger body. Okay, and let's get in the bushes. Let's get in the bushes, away, get away into the wild. Into the wild. And these pains are just sort of, they're not comfortable, right? But they are necessary because you know that the kid is growing. So you just sort of tell them like, yeah, I know your legs are hurting, I know, because it's not comfortable, it's not pleasant, but that means that you're growing. Okay, so you need to get through this. And the same is the reason why I gave you this example is just because it's analogical with growing pains, but spiritual pains. Okay, and they feel a bit different. I mean, they feel different for every human being, I suppose, because everyone is going through things differently and they're growing into a different human being. But if you decide on a spiritual path, if you decide on something like that you want to develop yourself into a different human being, that you know, it's not the type. You don't want to be this person anymore. You want to be somebody else. You want to be the kind of person who does this and this, and get yourself upgraded, get yourself onto the better level. If you're doing it really quickly, then sometimes it's going to hit you really hard. I mean, it depends on, everybody's got their own pace, and some people just like sort of volunteer into going it quickly. That doesn't mean that you're going to get to the place where you want quicker. You're still going to get there at the right moment. That is going to mean that you are ready to achieve whatever you wanted to achieve. But what it means is that it's going to hurt a little, okay? And this pain is a good thing, and it might feel, even it might occur itself in different symptoms. It could be the symptom of, the bench is not, it's not free. Never mind, I can sit on the grass somewhere. So like in my case, for example, the whole process is quite intense because I'm doing it on purpose. It's purposefully. I know what I'm doing because I know that if I don't do this, the process is going to be slow, and I don't actually see a different way for myself. But what I want to do is to go through it as comfortably and easy as possible, which is not always happening, unfortunately. So for example, for the last few days, okay, I've been feeling in my body literally physical pain, okay, because and I was sort of trying to convince myself, trying to ask myself, why is this, what was going on with me? I couldn't cope, I couldn't feel comfortable in any position, I couldn't feel peace. I couldn't feel any kind of like comfort in my body, because I was growing out of the old me sort of thing. So I was letting go of some consciousness that was not meant for me anymore. So I did it on purpose, because that was the consequence, that was the result of me asking to let go of everything that does not serve me anymore, okay? And when you, boy, is bright, right? When I asked for this, I got what I wanted, but I didn't get it I didn't think it through. I still would have asked for it knowing right now what it meant, because it wasn't comfortable. I felt really heavy in my body. I had pins and needles all over my body. The irritation, the frustration, the helplessness, the loneliness, the feeling of being completely confused, not knowing where I'm going, feeling like I am making absolutely no progress, which is not true in reality, but that's how I felt. They were so intense, the feelings were so intense, that whoever wants to sort of go on that path and go down that path, it would have, that is something that you're going to experience, and you just need to plow through it, basically. Like you tell your child that they need to plow through the growing pains, and that they're going to go away, and then just try and help yourself as much as you can. So like, for example, I don't know, I remember when my child had them growing pains and she was complaining about how uncomfortable it is, I offered and I gave her massages to help her out a little bit, just to soothe the pain, without having to intoxicate her unnecessarily with any kind of like medication for children, and like, you know, any other type of pain killing methods that are not natural, because that's how I like it, and and it sort of gave her some comfort. It sort of helped out. So the same, you know, you just, when you start being spiritual, when you start going into, because if you want to get somewhere and it's going to be extraordinary and it's going to be giant, then you're going to have to sort of realize that it's gonna be fucking painful. Okay, and that spirituality goes hand in hand with giant goals. Okay, whether it's financial, whether it's just whether it's just like a giant goal that you really want to be that kind of person who unconditionally loves themselves and everybody else, then that means you are going to have to hold so immense amounts of compassion for yourself and for others. Okay, so this immense compassion for myself, the amount of compassion for myself that I wanted to hold, manifested in a way where I started asking questions myself. How can I help myself? What can I do to help myself through this growth? Because as I told you, those feelings of being lonely, the feeling of heaviness in your physical body, the feeling of not knowing what you are doing and why, okay, doubting yourself whether you are worthy or not, doubting whether you are ever going to make it, right? Of course you are going to make it, Kasia and everybody else, right? You are making it through right now. I mean, what is there not to make? You just live in your life, and as long as you are doing the best you can to make positive changes in your life, how can you not make it? The result will naturally appear, okay? Because if you decide that this is where you're going, this way, you're going this way, you are going to get there one way or another, yeah? And it can manifest itself in different ways, and it's always going to be what you want, because if you follow your dream, you're eventually going to get there, because you are focusing your energy on your goal, and there is no other way. But the energy will flows where attention goes, and that's it. That's end of story. So you always getting there, no matter what. Okay, it's just you need to be allowing yourself to feel these growing pains. And spiritual growing pains are not easy, because they to do with emotion. They are to do with feelings and emotions that aren't comfortable, okay? So you basically, what you're doing is just, you imagine that you are in a bowl in a sort of state of consciousness, in like an energetic ball, and you need to pull yourself out of it in order to jump into a different one. Okay, that is going to be painful because you're going to have to leave a lot of things. You're going to have to leave a part of yourself that is not necessarily how you are at the moment, but you are still holding on to it because you are used to that person. But you're not this person anymore. You're designed to do something different. You're designed to be somebody else. You're designed to do things differently completely, and therefore you're never going to be the person that you were even a month ago. And if that was if you were I think that the level now I'm thinking and I'm actually just getting the answer through the level of pain and the level of intensity of that pain is going to be corresponding with the level of how much you were connected to that old version of you, how much you couldn't let go of that, how much and how strongly you were holding on to. Okay, so but once you let go, yes, it will be painful and it will be uncomfortable, but it's only going to be there for a while. It's not going to be forever. It can last up to, I don't know, there is no say. Okay, it depends on the situation. It depends on where you're going. But in my case, it's the third day right now, and it's finally easing off. Okay, I finally have a soft belly. I finally have comfort in my ribs, and I can feel that I've let go of something that was really uncomfortable and powerful. Okay, so the situation, there was actually nothing that could have triggered that, because I was even wondering and and questioning why what's happened, who's done this to me, what kind of whose energy because I thought that I perhaps picked somebody's energy and now clearing this off. No, it was just fully mine, and all those feelings that were arising inside of me only needed acknowledging. Like, you are not denying to your child that they are not hurting, that the legs or arms are not hurting when they have growing pains, when they are going through growing pains. Therefore, you cannot possibly deny yourself and deny these growing pains inside of you. As much as you don't like them, as much as uncomfortable they can be, just acknowledge them and say to yourself, yes, I am feeling lonely. Yes, I am feeling like this right now. I'm feeling like I'm growing into somebody else, and therefore that is necessary for me to go through. Okay, and the physical body is designed to go through this. It's not like it won't. Something's going to happen to you, but what you need to remember about is that something very important: when you are going through something like this and you've decided that you want to be somebody else, and you obviously the reward, the prize at the end is going to be that version of you that you are craving, that you want to become, then this discomfort that is going to be in you is obviously going to be there for a while for you, just to get out of the old version of you and get into a new one. But what you need to remember about, and that is really important, so that you give yourself the time and the space to feel all these feelings. Okay, so you can't force yourself to do things and distract your attention away from it, because you're gonna make yourself worse or ill. Okay, so once you know that something like this is happening to you, can you just for at least some time during the day, find some time for yourself just to lie down and be with yourself and be with those feelings. Okay, acknowledging them and just talk to them even gently by acknowledge them by talking to them and say, like, okay, hello sadness, right? Okay, I know you're there, and then what would you like, or whatever, I'm letting you go right now. I'm just not feeling comfortable with you being in me, or I'm just even talking to yourself and feeling inside of yourself, yes, I am not feeling very well at the moment, but I know it's only temporary and I can breathe through this. Breath is just a miracle maker here, because if you hold those emotions inside of you, and they are very uncomfortable and they can be very dense and thick, okay, so your body might feel very bad and uncomfortable and heavy, okay, heavy inside, very thick inside, like you can't even almost move your arms and legs because that's how uncomfortable it gets. Then breath will help you, because breath expands, gives more area, gives more space for everything. Okay, so as much as you can meditate or breathing, or just like trying to expand the lungs, and even do it on purpose by holding the air inside of your lungs for as long as you can, and then let go, and do it repeatedly. You will see the ease, and you will see that it is going to, and you are going to help yourself like this by doing this practice of breathing and meditating and just staying within your body, feeling all those things through, acknowledging them there, that they're there, and that is going to hold more space for new. Okay, so you just basically get releasing. Breath is helping you to release, and you breathing in the new version of yourself. Literally, that's where you breathing yourself out of shit, or out of shit that you are not needing anymore, and you are going into a completely different story, completely different life, completely different version of you, someone who you've always wanted to be, somebody that you are following because you know that this person is the right person to be. Okay, and it can be, you can be whoever you want in this life. You can do and have whatever you want as well, but you need to tune yourself into the frequency of energy of to the level of the frequency of that thing that you want to become. Okay, and in order for you to do this, you need to go through some changes. Okay, like the caterpillar that is going through changes, and changes into butterfly. It is a natural thing for us. However, what we are not told, that we can create whoever we want. Okay, and the harder, the bigger the goal, the further away the goal, okay, away from you, the more like sort of frequency to jump over, you will feel this harder. Okay, but the reward is amazing because you always are getting there, right? The reward is perfect because you're always getting there. You getting what you want, okay, and that's your reward. Okay, so it is worth to go through the pains in order to get the rewards that await you at the end of those growing pains. Okay, so obviously it is worth it because that is where you're going. That is your main purpose here. You want to grow, you want to create yourself into someone that you're gonna be proud of, that you're gonna love, that you're gonna feel like you are in love with as well, because then and only then can you really love other people, and you will find yourself and on the road that you are holding much more compassion for yourself and other people, much more love, understanding. You will feel free. You will free yourself from judgment. You will free yourself from anything that is not serving you. Free yourself from anything really that is not even pleasant, okay, that you wouldn't like in other people, okay, because you've got it all in you as well, whether you like it or not, whether you see it or not. If you are still judging others, if you are still not happy with how others, and you blaming others, other people, how about you blaming for how you feel, that means that there is a lot of things that need fixing inside of you, and there are some hurts and some wounds inside of you which is not your fault, to fix in order for you to feel free from these feelings, free from the blame, free from guilt, free from anything that is not serving, it's not pleasant. Everybody deserves to be amazing. Everybody deserves to feel amazing, right? It's just to enjoy the sunshine like I am enjoying right now, and I just don't have to just sort of. I mean, yes, I do have to do things. But these are the things that are fully my choice, right? I'm going to work later on, but I'm so excited about it. It's unbelievable. Okay, so that's why. Because I know where I'm going, and I know that what this work is bringing me in me, who am I becoming thanks to this, what I'm going to be doing. So it's completely different how I was years ago, when I couldn't bear the fact that I have to go to work, because I shackled myself into the reality where I had to do things, and I thought I didn't have a choice, but I did, and I give myself this chance, and I'm really excited and happy about that fact. In fact, I actually celebrate that with a cup of coffee. My favorite coffee. And yeah, so that is the message for today. Growing pains aren't pleasant. Growing pains are never comfortable. But if you choose to go through them and agree with yourself. Hello. Agree with yourself that, yeah, I can do it. I can go through it, because that's what I've chosen. That is my choice. And I know the rewards are coming. Then you will see the difference in your own approach to yourself, to other people. Okay, so that's it for today. make sure you gentle and comfortable with you, gentle and compassionate towards yourself, just to feel this comfort that you are after, because you want to be comfortable in your body. Before you are comfortable in your physical body, you need to that is going to be changed, because your whole energetic network and the structure is changing when you are changing as well into someone you want to be, into someone you insist on being. You need to go through changes that are going to feel uncomfortable. Okay, make sure you don't attach yourself to this discomfort. You don't think that there is something wrong with you. Don't think that you just have to straight away run to the doctors and make some tests. Just breathe through these changes, because you can go through this, okay? Especially when you know that your body is changing, so you're going to experience something that is not going to be really that nice, okay? Talk to someone if you want to help yourself in a way. Have a salty bath, have a nap, go for a walk, lie down on a sofa, breathe, listen to the meditation, to the meditative music, or your favorite audiobook or whatever. Just calm yourself down, ground yourself as much as you can, be within your body as much as you can, use your breath really as much as you can as well. Expand those lungs, because they are helping you out to make space for more, okay? Because emotionally you are also changing. You are also letting go of something that is very deep down in there, and you were sort of building your identity around it for a very long time. Like, I am just like guilty, whatever. You just let all those guilt and shame and embarrassment and resentment and everything else that is inside of you that that you don't need anymore. You letting go of it, and it's not comfortable, because even sometimes you just like letting go of I like analogies, so that's one of my examples. Even if you are chucking from the fridge something that is out of date, you still have this not very nice feeling that you are letting it go, right? Because you just feel ashamed that you didn't eat it, or that it got spoiled, and you just feel a little disappointed that you couldn't like sort of eat it on time or whatever. It's just not very nice. That's why. So it's gonna hurt a little bit, because you have to let go of something that you wanted, okay? The same with the feelings. You're not going to like the feelings of guilt, of resentment, anger, shame, jealousy, and everything else that is not comfortable for human body to experience. But if you don't let go, you're gonna make yourself ill. So let go of all these things. Make sure that you remember that this is not going to be comfortable for you, that is not going to feel nice. You might even experience wanting to resist it. Don't resist it. Allow your body to go through this, because you can disattach yourself from your body. Why not? You can become a little bit of an observer of yourself, and just say, okay, I'm just going to observe what happens, and then just try and pay attention as much as you can to all the parts of your body when you lie on the sofa, and see what are they doing to what this energy is doing to your body. How is it all happening inside of you? How the process of growing and changing into somebody else is actually happening. Just observe that time, and enjoy it, because you know where you're going. So don't worry, nothing's wrong with you. You're not dying, although you might feel like this, but you are going to be okay. So you're growing into a human being that you want to become, especially when you know you are after that, especially when you know that you set the intention, when you make affirmations every day, and then every day you just say like, oh, I am an amazing person, I am a healthy person, I've got loads of money, I've got this and this and that, and then you're just thinking of another person that you want to become in the future. That person that is new in the future, she or he cannot hold possibly those energies that you are holding on to right now, because otherwise you would be there right now. Okay, you would be there, you would be that new version of you already. Okay, but you are not that version just yet, because you are holding to old energies, so you need to let them go in order just to become the new person. Okay, right, okay guys, I'm going to now go. Oh, this is so beautiful, amazing, what a day. Like, I'm really enjoying the day, just really enjoying here, because that's where you can ground. It's a bit loud for a park like this. I love you very much. Make sure you take care of yourself as much as you can, and I'll speak to you shortly. Okay, bye.